What'd you get on number 11? No? Everybody got no?
I got 0.
You got 0. Formula. Y2 minus Y1 divided by X2 minus X1. Y2 is negative 18 minus negative 18 divided by negative 15 minus 12. So here we do marky mark, negative 18 plus 18, 0. Over negative. But what's the answer? 0. That means it's going like this. Yes? Blake, stop that. Nobody have any other questions? Okay, we will move it on. Turn the page to the slope-intercept formula. Slope-intercept formula. Slope-intercept form of a line, y equals mx plus b. You will hear me say that a lot. Y equals mx plus b. We are going to break it down. Y is y. X is x. M is the slope. I don't know why it's on an S. I don't know why it is M, because the powers of math say it is. So M is the slope. B is called the y-intercept. We talked about this yesterday. What is the y-intercept?
It's where it crosses the y.
Where it crosses the y-axis. So if we have this equation, y equals 3x minus 5, the slope is 3, and the y-intercept is what? No. Negative 5. We still good? Slope is the rise over run. So I can't fit all this on here, so I'm going to rewrite it. What is it? Y equals 3x minus 5?
Yeah.
So when you're going to graph slope, it's always going to be in fraction form. Okay? So it's done for you here. I took the negative 5. You with me? I put a dot. And then my slope was 3. With me? But I had to put it over 1 because it's got to be in fraction form. So I went 1, 2, 3, 1. You see where it crosses right there? Everybody with me? Then if I go up another 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, it should cross again. Does it? Yep. Everybody good on what all that means?
So basically the x, is that the 1 underneath?
No, the x is beside it. The x is the coordinates, I believe. This is not going to be hard at all. Find the slope and y-intercept for each equation. So on number 1, what is the slope?
4.
And the y-intercept?
4.
And on number 2, what is the slope?
1.
And the y-intercept?
4.
Y'all finish that page? Who's my favorite? Marty? See the rulers there in front of you?
Yeah.
I'm going to give everybody one. Number 3, I got 1/2 and not 1/3. 1/2 and 4. Number 4, I got negative 1/3 and 1. Yes? 5, I got negative 7, 6, and 10. And 6, I got negative 3/4 and 4. Yes? Everybody good? We are going to start graphing today. We are graphing today. Are you excited? Because I'm super excited. I showed you yesterday how to do it, but I'm going to show you again more in detail today how to do it. You're going to graph a line. You're going to graph a line. Before graphing linear equations, make sure you understand the concepts of graphing slope since it is very similar. The standard form of a linear equation is y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, b is the y-intercept. Y-intercept is a point on the y-axis. We've already talked about that. Let's look at method 1. I'm just reading along here, okay? Step 1, put the y-intercept on the coordinate system. Step 2, starting from the y-intercept, use the slope to locate one more point on the coordinate system. Step 3, draw a line between the y-intercept and the other point. So the example, I can't fit it all on my screen, so what is it? Y equals 4/3 x.
Yes, plus
So we're going to graph this. What is the y-intercept? It's 2. So I put a dot on the 2. And the slope is
4/3
4/3. That is rise
over 1.
over run. So we rise first. How many do we go up? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do we go over?
3.
1, 2, 3. And then we put another dot. I know this doesn't have the lines on it, but you can visualize. And then you take your handy dandy ruler and you connect the dots, which is already done for you, I believe.
Yeah.
That's it. That's graphing a line. Turn the page. This one, however, is not done. We are going to graph this next one, and please read me the equation. It says y equals what? Negative 4/3 x.
Plus 2.
So all I did was make the 4/3 negative, right? What is the y-intercept?
2.
2. So put a dot right there. You can see the 0, right? I don't have to. But it's negative 4/3, which means which way are we going for our rise?
Down.
Down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to run how many? 1, 2, 3. Right there. And then take your handy dandy ruler. Mine will not be perfect. I do my best. And connect the dots. You had just graphed a line.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever you go down and then go that way, what if you go that way?
That'd be positive.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Let me show you what that would look like. That's a great question, Marty. So if you go down, so remember yesterday I told you that this and all these are all the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your rise. The top is your rise. So that's your up and down. The bottom is your run. That's your left and right. But when you run forward or positive, you go to the right. If you run backward or negative, you would go to the left. So if you were going to graph this, it would actually go off the chart here because it's a positive 2. You with me? But you would go up 4 and then you would go backward 3. Do you see where the line would still meet it? However, if you went down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you went backward 3, when I draw the line, what do I end up with? A positive slope. See how it's going up?
Mhm.
Because that's what what that would look like would be this. I went down 4 and back 3. And remember, a negative divided by a negative equals
A positive.
positive. So this actually equals positive 4/3.
Okay.
You guys are going to come across something like that. You've got to remember your positive and negative rules. Okay? But do you see when you got both of them as negative, you get a positive slope? Because 2 negatives is positive. Good. That was a great question. All right, on to the next one. We're going to graph y equals x minus 2 plus 2 minus 2. What is in front of the x?
1.
A 1. Right? So it's going to be y equals 1x minus 2. What is our y-intercept? Negative 2. So you start at your 0, put a 0, and put a 1. So 1, you have to make it in fraction form. What is that? What do you think that looks like?
Y
1 over 1. Our slope is 1 over 1. So it's that easy. We're going to rise 1, run 1, and put a dot. When you do that, do you see that it's going to cross at every intersection?
Yes.
Yeah. And then take your handy dandy ruler and connect the dots. Questions so far? Y'all good, girls? Online? Everybody good?
Yep.
All right, turn the page. We're going to sketch the graph of each line. So look at number 1. What are you going to graph first?
The negative 2.
The negative 2. So I'm going to have to make mine a little bit bigger so y'all can see it and I can see it. I'll just have to move them. Okay, so we're going to graph. Whoa, hello. Okay. Okay, stop it. Maybe they'll both fit on there. Yeah. Okay, so we got negative 2 right there. And we rise 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. And then we take our handy dandy ruler and do what? Connect the dots. What about number 2? Positive 3, put a dot. What is your slope?
6.
Negative 6 over 1. I'm going to change my color to make it brighter where we can see it better. Negative 6 over 1. So that means we go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1. Then take your handy dandy ruler and do what? Connect the dots. See, I can't. It's hard for me because I don't have a handy dandy ruler. Just like that. Please make sure when you're drawing your lines, especially when I ask you to do this as an assignment, that I can see your line, that you draw it all the way through the graph like I do. You don't have to put the arrows, but I would appreciate it going all the way through the graph. Number 3. 3. Ooh, what is that? What is that?
Oh, does that mean that it's a no?
What do y'all think that looks like?
It's a no. Wait, that's 0. No, it's a no.
No, it's a no.
It's a no. Why equal? Huh?
It's a no.
I'd be on American Idol.
What do you mean no?
Did you say, what do you mean no?
No.
I think it's a 0. I think it's a 0. We're not going to worry about that. You're not going to see that ever on a test or anywhere. Well, you might next year, but you're 8th grade math, so you shouldn't worry about that. Let's look at number 4. I believe it looks like this one goes across right here at negative 5.
Oh.
Like that. It's a 0 slope. because there's no X, but the -5 is where it crosses. See that? So the Y is equals, there's no X there. Do you see there's no X? So it's 0. If you can't see it, it's 0. -5. So -5 is your y-intercept. So it would be just right there. That's if y'all want to graph it, you can. Take your handy dandy ruler and draw your line right like that. So it'd actually be a 0 slope. You good? All right. Moving on to what we are going to do. What is y-intercept? 1. Put a big old dot. Make sure you dot it like you mean it. And what is the rise? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happened?
You go up one more.
We ran out of graph.
You go.
Remember that question that Marty asked? What do you think we can do to this? To make them keep them positive and make it easier.
Put the 5. You can't simplify them. You can make it a.
What, Riley? What? I can't make it negative, but what can I make negative to keep it positive?
The 6.
The
The
what? The 1.
No, forget that.
Okay.
The 6. The 5. The 6 fits. The whole thing.
4.
Negative.
Both of them. Because a negative divided by a negative is what? Positive. So if we graph this, -6 -5, put your pencil down and watch. Watch. 1, starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I'm graphing -5. Which way do I go? Use your words. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I take my handy dandy ruler and connect the dots, do I have a positive slope?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Good. See, I was so happy, Marty, that you asked that question. All right, now y'all can write it down. Does everybody understand what I did here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sure?
Yes.
I didn't make it negative. -6 divided by -5 is positive 6/5. Yes?
Yes.
Woo! Number 5. What are you putting first? Y'all do number 5 by yourself. And now I'm going to do it, and you can check your work. Did you do right?
Yes.
What do you think this one is? Not 0. No. It's, you put a dot on the 5. This is something that you won't see this year. This is just kind of for your fun and benefit. That's how you graph it. That's a not no. No, no. All right, awesome. Turn the page. What about number 7? What about number 7? What do you think the y-intercept is? 0. It's 0. How do you know it's 0? Because it's not there. So that's where you put your Dottie McDotterton. And then we're going to rise how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and run 1, 2, 3, just like so. If you wanted to do a nice little dot down in this section, you could rise -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and run -3. And that might help you to draw your line. It's up to you. It will help me because I don't have a handy dandy ruler. I just got to figure it out. Yeah, see, that did not work.
All the way through the graph?
All the way through the graph, please. It just makes it easier for me when I see it. Plus, when you take a test on it, well, I guess you'll be not drawing it on a test anymore because it's online now.
Yeah.
But you will have to do your homework. Number 8 is just straight up and down on the y-axis. We're not going to have to do that. So.
Would that be a no or
It's no. Straight up and down is no. Yes. Graph number 9 and 10 by yourself. It's hard for me to do those. I can't tell where they go. It's hard. I can't ever get it. And then this one would be boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did y'all get them right? Yes, ma'am.
I misplaced the dollar number 9 on the side, on the other side. So put it
You did 1 and then 3 like this?
no, I got down 1 then I ran 5.
Oh, and then you went that way? So you made it a positive slope. See, and that's not, it was positive and had the negative signs to be -1 over -3. You see the difference? Okay. Awesome. Turn the page. So this is going to be your assignment. It says sketch and write the equation for each line. I'm going to do number 1 with you. And probably number 2. So the ordered pair is 3, -4. This is the X and Y. This is revert back to when you graphed them in 4th grade. Okay, your ordered pair, 3, -4. That means you go over 3 and down 4. So right there. What's the y-intercept? -2. So now, take your handy dandy ruler, graph the line. 1, what's this like? 1, 2. I'm trying to make it straight. And then we're going to write, what's the slope? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. What is it?
-2
over 3. And so now our equation is going to be in this form. Y equals, what's the slope? -2/3 minus 2. I'm sorry, what'd I forget? The x. Negative 2/3 x minus 2. Does anyone have a question as to where I got any of those numbers?
You want the -2 from y-intercept?
Yep, because that's what b means. B equals the y-intercept. Uh-oh. We did not mean for that to happen, but sometimes it does. So let's look at number 2. First, you're going to graph the ordered pair. Remember, this is back to the old way, the way you know how. So 4, 1. Put your dot. What is your y-intercept? 4. Put a dot. Draw the line. If you don't have a handy-dandy ruler at home, you can use your ID or any straight edge. What is the slope? Is it positive or negative? It's negative. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is it? Negative 3 over 4. Equation, y equals negative 3 over 4x plus 4. What do you think? Think you can do it?
Yeah.
Can we do number 3?
Yes.
Number 3. What is the ordered pair? Negative 2, 0. Right there. What is the y-intercept?
3.
Take your ruler, draw your line. And mine does not do very well because, well, it's hard. Better. What is the slope? 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2. And the equation. Y equals. Y'all are awesome. You're graphing lines. You're writing equations of lines. You're kicking that line's booty. You are kicking its hind end. Okay, so your assignment is page 15 and 16. We'll start with 17 and 18 tomorrow, maybe. 15 and 16 is your assignment. Don't steal my rulers. My favorite thing to do is leave this up, and when the next class comes in, it's scare the crap out of them. You should have seen it
When
yesterday.
you said we're starting slope, Mr. Kinder's class, I went. Because they didn't know what slope was.
Time to clean. This should not take you very long. However, you do need to put it up right now because we are in the middle of a pandemic and we got to clean up after ourselves. Hold it. I'm about tired of telling you to put your face up. Seriously. How come Austin can wear a gator and never show his face? Blake can wear a gator and never show his face and you can't keep yours up? I will rubber band it to your head if I have to. Y'all hear me threaten to rubber band it to hold his head?